Hey, hey, hey. Hey, 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 y'all. How you doing? How you doing? It's Melissa here, the host, your host of Real Talk with Melissa Berry. And how you guys doing on this fine, what is this? Wednesday afternoon here on the West Coast. It is 4 o'clock. Time to get the breaking news going, the trending topics, and all of that. I know some of y'all are wondering what's going on behind me. First of all, you got to check out the video where we did the decorating, but also I know my big head is in the way. My mother was like, I can't see what's behind you. So I'm gonna have to move it. I'm gonna have to figure out moving it or whatever so you guys can see. But anyway, we got little packages over here and of course the scene that was already there. So I'm not gonna hold y'all, okay? We have a lot of news to get into and maybe some fun at the end, depending on how much time we have. So let me get into my hellos and heys. Bless Reborn is showing up. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, hello. And of course, Just Me is here. And yeah, like I said, I'm not going to spend too much time getting out all the hellos and stuff. Replay gang, make sure you leave a comment. Shout out to you. Hey, you already know, as you guys are watching, as you are watching on the replay, I definitely answered my replay gang. So shout out to y'all. Make sure you come in and give your girls some love. Now y'all see the talking, okay? I just left my other channel maybe about an hour ago, and I was attempting to go live and do my nails. And what I have since discovered, first of all, don't leave to go look for it because it's not there. What I discovered is I can't go live, or I don't like to go live while I'm doing my nails. Generally speaking, I will do my nails, record it, and then upload a video where you see me doing my nails. But I just was like stressed out trying to get my nails done, finish everything, and concentrate on going live. So I deleted that because I didn't like the way I don't know. I didn't like it. So what I think I'm going to do, because I still haven't blinged them out, I may do a video, show you guys how I do that. And then in the future, do a different video, just that I'm not live doing it because that was stressful. That was way too stressful. So anyway, how are you guys doing? What are you guys up to? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Yeah, hope you guys are having a great day. So let's get started. Um, I'm telling you, hopefully I can concentrate because my husband left Sir Winston downstairs and the kids are at practice. Everyone is at work or busy or whatever. And he's downstairs and he does not like to be downstairs by himself where he can't see somebody that's telling him how cute he is. And I would bring him in here and put him in his, it's not his pen cage, whatever, or even like his little playpen thing. But I feel like he's going to be scratching it and wanting to get out. And he already knows I'm not taking him out. So shout out to you, Sir Winston, down there. You will be just fine. Somebody will come home. But in the meantime, you have everything that you need, including all your favorite toys. So anyway, y'all, let's get started. So first and foremost, I wanted to acknowledge because, I cover Nick Cannon a lot. And one of the things in covering, first of all, it was very interesting how he went viral for two very wide range of things in a 24-hour span. Now, first he went viral because a video or a meme, he became popular, very, very hardcore popular as a result of what he wore. Okay, let's just say it was very revealing and it showed a lot. And as a result, he went viral. And it was a hard pass. It was very hard not to not look at that picture. Okay. It happened when he went live. He went live. He was showing off his shoes with his audience. And yeah, so he went viral for that. So while, some women were fawning over him and, some other people were clowning him. It wasn't nothing to clown for him. Okay. It was just okay. Anyway, unfortunately, the very next day, yesterday, Nick Cannon announced that he lost his baby, Zen, 5-month-old baby. to hydrocephalus. I was going to say hydrocephalus. I think that's what it is. But hydrocephalus, and in the process of all of that, they discovered that he had a brain tumor, and it sounds like it excelled very quickly. So, sending much love and light to Nick, as much as the rest of the news is going to be either political or entertainment and very silly and odd. I definitely wanted to take a moment because I talk about Nick and his babies. I talk about him and his turban. I was going to talk about him in that suit, specifically the pants, but I'm going to save all that and we'll just give him and send him all the love and hugs and support that he definitely needs during this time. So that's on that. Shout out to you, Nick. Hang in there. He is thanking his supporters and everything. So yeah, on to the next thing, the next story. So yeah, so that's FedEx. Oh my goodness, that's not what I meant to put. That FedEx story was something else. Y'all really got into that FedEx story, and we really need to look up, did they name the guy? Because like I said, we really clowned that guy, but also we had a lot of bets to say, was it Pookie, Pedro, or Peter? We have needs to know because they have not released his name. And so a lot of people are speculating because they haven't really released his name. It has to be Peter. We'll see. So anyway, did you guys catch the live action, live play reenactment of The Facts of Life? Well, I just caught it. I didn't quite catch it last night. I knew they were doing the different strokes one, and I wasn't sure if I was going to watch it. I ended up watching. I'll talk about that here in a second. But Facts of Life. Now, those of us that are a certain age, listen, us brown and black girls, we definitely wanted to be Tootie. We definitely wanted to wear our hair like that. And we definitely wanted to be a part of some sort of pseudo boarding school to skate around and talk to Joe and aggravate Blair. It was really cute. That's just the bottom line. It was cute. It was nostalgic. Gabrielle Union played Tootie, and she did okay. I mean, it was okay. But what ended up happening was Kevin Hart, this was a surprise because originally it was supposed to, they were announcing that it was going to be Kevin Hart and Damon Wayans, and Snoop Dogg was in it for a surprise Different Strokes reenactment. And I wasn't sure if I was going to watch it because I wasn't sure how I was going to see, first of all, an adult Damon as Willis, Snoop Dogg as his friend, and then Kevin Hart as Arnold. And I will tell you, I just watched it. It was weird. Let me show you this picture. The storyline and all of that, of course, they nailed it. That's not hard to do. But as far as believing and being, you really had to use your imagination. That's what I'm saying. You had to use your imagination. So it was staged. Jennifer Aniston was Blair. That was kind of believable. I could see it. But as you can see, this is the picture of Kevin Hart sitting on the actor that was playing Mr. Drummond. And so, yeah, it was okay. It was okay. It was cute. It was a cute throwback, for those of us who grew up on Facts of Life and Different Strokes. So the other thing that I found very interesting was, if you look at, let me see. All right, so this is an even better picture of Kevin Hart in this role. I tell you what, Blair, Lisa Whelchel, looks the exact same way. So this is Kevin Hart. Yeah, y'all. So we're supposed to believe that he's Arnold. He looks like him, I guess. It's fun. We remember the infamous bunk bed and Arnold getting the top. And the title here says casting for maximum humor rather than mimicry. So they weren't necessarily casting for accuracy in that regard. So this was this is a picture of part of what was happening on The Facts of Life. So check it out. if you just want to have a moment of nostalgia. I mean, it's not going to win an Oscar and an Emmy and all of that. Like, you're not going to get that type of drama going on with that. But check it out. It's cute. Now, speaking of Oscar, Emmy, cute, make sure you check out my review of King Richard. It was, I did that review yesterday, so make sure you check that out. On to the next thing. Okay, let me show you Blair. So this is a picture of Blair. This was something that came out that I was like, oh wow, yeah, she really does look the same. So this is Lisa Whelchel. She looks absolutely the same. Okay, little smile lines and everything, but she looks good. And so here we go, Natalie, Tootie, and Blair. They look good. Natalie, is a look, I don't know how much older she is, but she looks a little aged. But Tootie and Blair, and she might have been older than them, I don't know, but they look very good. So congratulations for them walking down memory lane. So anyway, good news for those of us that are YouTubers, those of us that create and sometimes get copyright claims and strikes and all of that. Well, YouTube announced that they dismissed about 60% of copyright claims disputed in the first half of 2021. So what does that mean to those of you that are not content creators? Basically, when we create things, and if YouTube or a creator decides, you know what, I don't want them to be able to use that in their video, what they do is they tell YouTube, or it comes up in YouTube's filtering system. And in that, you get a notification. I can then decide how I want to respond. Do I want to dispute it? And so what they're saying is about 60% of the people, 60% of the cases that people decide to dispute, they honored it. That's really huge. According to YouTube's first ever copyright transparency report, which comprised data from January through July 2021, there were a total of, 722,649,569 copyright claims made through Content ID system during that period. That's a lot. That's almost a billion. 722 million, so on. 99.5% of these claims were undisputed so that's another part. I can say, you know what, you're right, I'm not disputing it, whatever, I'll take it off. But then there are some champions that decided, you know what, no, I'm going to dispute it. And YouTube said most of the time, 60% of the time, they went with the content creators. The article states that it's more than likely that at least some of the 2.2 million dismissed claims were dismissed because Content ID made a mistake. So you do have to be careful, and know what you can and can't use, because yes, that filter system can be very, very annoying. And they call it the Content ID. Or because content was uncovered under fair use. Fair use is huge. I'm not here to talk about it, but that is another aspect where you can fight these claims. YouTube says it intends to publish copyright transparency reports twice a year moving forward. We're committed, YouTube says, to making sure that YouTube remains a vibrant community with strong systems in place to enable rights holders to manage their content on YouTube. And we look forward to the next update of the copyright transparency report. So there you have it, folks. A lot of us that are content creators, we have been saying that it feels like YouTube is not getting it right. It's annoying. Disputes. Keep on disputing if you know you're within your rights with your content. Absolutely dispute it, because according to this article, 60% of the time, they honored the claims. So that's good news for those of us that are content creators. Well, speaking of good news, the opposite of that obviously is bad news. And Fox News, down to the Manhattan, was not having a good day today. Well, a 49-year-old homeless man was arrested as a result of being suspicious of setting a fire early Wednesday morning to a large Christmas tree right outside the News Corporation headquarters. So it's the home of Fox News, New York Post, Wall Street Journal, according to the reports. So I'm going to share with you this sad tree. This tree looks so sad. But they a homeless man, and I feel bad because how do they know he did it? I'm the people's champion. How do they know? So here it is. These if you look here, the poor little tree. Yeah. So yeah, that's the tree, the outside of the news area that was burnt. And so they're saying that a homeless man was the one that was responsible for the tree going up in flames. And that was pretty significant. Maybe they had witnesses. If you've ever been to New York, if you've ever been in that area, which I have, very, very populated, but very heavily decorated around this time. So, yeah. Hey, twin. Hey, brown eyes. Good news tonight. We do have good news tonight. We definitely have good news. We'll get there. So anyway, that's not good news for Fox, the Fox news area, the news station. So it's like a plaza. And so you have Fox, New York, like it's a whole bunch of them in the area. It's like a news area, building, whatever. Anyway, blind guy, his wife, their life, wanted to know if there was good news, but this ain't it. Y'all know who this is. This was one of the most grotesque stories, and I feel like it was the beginning of other grotesque stories. Well, Scott Peterson has been resentenced to life without parole for offing his wife an unborn child. The California Supreme Court ruled a year ago that his jury was improperly screened for bias against the death penalty. Okay, so because of that, instead of of course, they're not going to do a whole mistrial, but basically, it granted him to be able to have life without parole. His wife, Lacey, if you guys remember, she disappeared Christmas Eve of 2002. That's when the prosecutor said he injured her fatally and then dumped her into the San Francisco Bay. So, not so good news for Scott, depending on how you look at it. Some may consider it a win. Others may say, you know what, he needed to get the original penalty. So, yeah, we'll see. But in the meantime, check this out and we'll be right back. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So if you're just peeking in with Blind Guy, with Uncle Stu, with Brown Eyes, and everyone else, make sure you hit the like button. My name is Melissa Berrien. I am your host of Real Talk with Melissa Berrien. And mostly what I do on this particular channel is I give commentary on breaking news, trending topics, and then I like to move the conversation forward to life lessons and everything else. So speaking of life lessons, I cannot implore you enough to go check out the video that I did yesterday reviewing King Richard. I know some of you are like, oh, I haven't seen it yet. So go ahead and watch it, but then definitely come back and see my take and what I got out of the program. Okay. So right now, do it. And if you've been hanging out and you're just coming in and you're like, hey, what is she about? I know what she's about at this point because I come in all the time, but you have not subscribed. Listen, I am almost about, I think I'm about 60 short of 2,000. So it's almost time to celebrate. And so we're excited. So if you can find it in your heart, or you like the content rather, because I'd rather you not find it in your heart. If you like what you see on this channel, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And just like I always say, don't just hit the notification bell, but scoot up once to hit all. So that way you are aware of when I go live on this channel. And speaking of going live, I am doing Livemas, my own take of Vlogmas. The vloggers, and God bless their soul, because this is not easy. Going live every day is not easy, but Vlogmas, I feel vlogging every day, Lord have mercy. Anyway, I'm going live every day from the 1st to the 25th. Okay. So you got to hit the notification bell to see when I'm going live. Shout out to you, Uncle Stu, the old man on the block. Big brother here to support always, 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 always. Thank you. Thank you, blind guy. Bless all of you guys. Like, I can't even go on. I'll be here all night if I go on and say about all the support and how we just basically do the bunny hop through YouTube, going to each other's channels and supporting each other. So once again, sir, thank you for all your support, your shout out, public and private. I really appreciate you and Brown Eyes, my twin. Anyway, so yeah, that's all the beautiful stuff that's going on. What's next? All right, so here's some good news. Here's some good news. I don't know why I put that up. So the oh, let's do this one. Nope, let's do this one. The House okays a bipartisan defense policy bill that includes service member pay increase. Okay, you know what? I need to turn my soundboard on for that one, because there's nothing that I think should be top of the list. Not because my husband was in the military. No, that's part of it. That's part of it. But listen, the military, let me see. All right, somebody's home. He's happy now. Military members are so underpaid. And a lot of people, they argue, oh, well, that's not why they went in for. You knew that when you signed up, all of that. And the thing about it is the pay increases are so few, far in between. So this is very, very significant, especially under a Democratic president. The House okays a bipartisan defense policy bill that includes pay increase. By a vote of 363 to 70, they approved a boost of 2.7% for service members, overhaul the military justice system, and update by diversity training requirements. I think that's a good idea. Diversity training is very much needed, always needed in every arena, but definitely I think the military could use that as well, but also overhaul the military justice system. I don't know a whole lot about that, but I know that the justice system has definitely been in the news lately, just kind of in response to the different soldiers and the things that they have found themselves in tragically. So yeah. The article states, in a win for conservatives, a provision expanding the draft to include women was dropped from the compromise measure. So that was dropped. Women will not be included in draft measures, despite being included in both the Senate and the House versions of the NDAA and earlier bipartisan support for provision. The bill also includes a $27.8 billion. Where are they getting this money from? Where are they getting this money from? Either the U.S. is going to cry broke to the point where we got to fund us till the 15th or February 15th, 17th, one of those days. And then we got to piecemeal another plan, or we have money to fund the Department of Energy for nuclear weapons, $3.5 billion for military construction across the United States, as well as funds for military procurement. Now, here's the thing. It's a big spending bill, and I'm all for spending for the military. But at the same time, I don't know how we cry broke on some stuff and then eat child priorities. So ghetto. In my Laquita voice. So ghetto. So anyway, good news for service members. That pay increase is on the way. So there you go. What's this? No, I don't want to do that. So here's the thing. In Texas, let me show you. So in Texas, a representative is suggesting a review of over 400 library books, okay? Of over 400 library books that they deem problematic as a result of their content related to race, gender, and sexuality. Now, here's the thing. As a creator, as someone that loves to read, as someone that loves to write, and someone that enjoys the arts, One thing I know about history, and hopefully Uncle Stu is still on in the chat. One thing I know about history is once you start getting rid of the arts, once you start reviewing, censoring the arts, you're headed for trouble. Now, it started years ago. This is not the first situation where they've deemed books, oh, this isn't healthy for America and all this other stuff. So anyway, State Representative Matt Krause launched a statewide inquiry into school library titles dealing with topics like race, gender, and sexuality. The question is, who's on this review board and what are their thoughts, and what measuring tool are they using to say, oh, this book shouldn't be allowed and this book should not be allowed? Is there diversity represented there? Probably not. And that, my friends, is what the problem is. That's the problem. Ghetto hood rich, just ridiculous. It is. It's absolutely ridiculous. Darn United States. Let's see. So one of Texas' large school districts is reviewing more than 400 of its library books following a Republican lawmaker's statewide inquiry into school library titles dealing with race, gender, and sexuality, as I just said. The Northeast Independent School District in San Antonio says it was already in the process of reviewing the books and the library. But when Representative Matt Krause, who chairs the Texas House General Investigating Committee, announced his inquiry in late October. Krause, who also was a candidate for Texas Attorney General, sent schools statewide a 16-page list of roughly 850 books. Who does he think he is? Seriously. Who does he think he is? The books related to gender identity, sexuality, race, and sexual health, and asked officials to tell him how many copies of the books their libraries hold and how much the districts spend on them. Well, sounds like it's not about just censorship. Sounds like he has a plan, a talking point. He getting ready. He said at the time that he was targeting titles that might make students feel discomfort, guilt, anguish, or any form of psychological distress because of their race or sex, or convey that a student, by virtue of their race or sex, is inherently racist, sexist, or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously. Y'all leave a comment down below. Replay gang, leave a comment down below. Y'all already hear, you hear the language. We know what he's saying. Oh man, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Big Time Drum says, who's going to challenge the freedom of speech and freedom of press? Well, here's the thing. They're on this critical race theory, anti-critical race theory train. Oh my God, you're making our kids feel horrible train. And this is a part of that train. It's the caboose leading the way. Stuff like this. Newsflash, America. When you do acts of just heinous acts like slavery, when you do things like slavery, which is a part of American history, I don't give a darn about no critical race theory and all this other stuff. Native American history, Japanese history, African American history, all those histories are a part of American history. And when those truths that happened aren't included in general American history and has to be put aside and apart and all of that, that's the problem, number one. Number two, if someone's given a history about a Black woman that did terrible things, I'm not owning that as a Black woman, because I know I'm not doing and have not done whatever the crazy things that woman has done. I may use it as a learning tool. I may learn from it. I may teachable moment or whatever. But what I won't do is carry that burden. Okay. Respectfully, I encourage my white counterparts or anybody that has this that is a counter to something that feels uncomfortable. There's a lot about our history that is very, very uncomfortable, but should be talked about. Period. You can call it critical race, you can call it uncritical. I don't care what you call it. But the intention, talking about history, the intention is not to make little Johnny feel bad. But if little Johnny feels bad in the process, that's a conversation between responsible adults and Johnny to tell Johnny, hey, the only thing you can do at this point, sir, is to make sure that you are a great citizen. You don't, promote that type of behavior, and that you love on each other. The opposite can be said. If a Black person did the most horrible, heinous things, I'm not carrying that. Not carrying it at all. So the answer is not to get rid of books that represent history, facts. I don't care if it's fiction or nonfiction. We're picking and choosing what's going to make us okay. When the truth of the matter is, like Big Time Drum says, who's going to challenge the freedom of speech and the freedom of press on any level? So family, hey girl, hey, salute. I'm in the chat watching commercials. Get rid of that CRT BS. Hello, everyone. Hope all is well. Yes. Included, but don't tell Black kids they're being oppressed by other white kids in the class and they can never be equals. Okay, I didn't say that. Just got in. Hey, y'all. Hey, Shannon. Good to see you. CRT not just talking about history. They're talking about why your kids can't be nothing today based on white neighbors that had nothing to do with slavery. Okay. Hello, Melissa and chat. Hey, Gail. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. I agree, Melissa. How long have Blacks been and still being hurt? That's why I fight so hard for reparations. Yes, I've heard you speak about that a lot, Patrice. How can people come to their own conclusions and you're limiting all sides of the point of view? How can people come to their own conclusions and you're limiting all sides of the point of view? I don't know what you're saying. The descendants, the majority, the fault in the Civil War will live in trailer parks or high political office. Their neighbors just migrate here. Not talking about you, Melissa, just teachings of, oh, no. I got you. I was just trying to figure out Big Time Drum's take on that. But, in a simpler time, back in my day, history was just taught. And we had to have Black History Month because for some reason in our history books, we had Martin Luther King, and then they pitted him against Malcolm X. And that's all you got until February. And then you got more Martin Luther King. But then TV showed you everybody else, generally speaking. And again, you got to be careful when you start messing with the arts, the freedom of speech, the freedom of creating and expression and writing, freedom of the press. And I say that on both sides. I don't care if the Satanists want to write all the books and do whatever. I'm not picking it up. It has nothing to do with me. But when we start saying that the Satanists can't have their books down to the library, which they're not, they're allowed to have their books. There's like 5 different points here. You know what I'm saying? There's like 5 different points. It is the matter of the freedom of the press. But then there's this thing where, oh, you guys are just doing this to make people uncomfortable. And then there's this thing of, oh, should these things be in the library? Child, please. Leave a comment down below, especially if you are part of the replay gang. Let me know what you think about this. Can we get the ridiculous news segment? Yes, because in a minute, we're going to talk about a camel that got Botox, okay? Camel that got a whole BBL. Okay, so anyway, we're going to move on. Y'all already know. So before I move on, Nene is making headlines, okay? Nene is making headlines. Well, some of you that live under a brick or something, you're like, well, who the heck is Nene? Nene is one of my faves on the Housewives. I want to say Desperate Housewives, but that ain't it. Anyway, we don't want to see you, Tay. So this is Nene Leaks, and it is being reported that she has a new boo. And she allegedly showed him off. As you know, Nene lost her husband a couple of months ago, might even be weeks ago, but definitely months ago. Greg, and she appears to have moved on a little bit. They appear happy, and they're saying this is the new bearded boo. Okay. And so some people are here for it. Some people are like, oh my gosh, no. But the truth of the matter is, you know, this is the boo, allegedly. And Nene has to do what she has to do, or whatever she feels like she needs to do. And I think that we are so used to seeing her with Greg that no amount of time will people be comfortable with this. It's almost like if Vanessa Bryant comes out the box with somebody, y'all gonna lose your mind. I wouldn't care one way or another. I was saying, if you limit the books that people can read, then that's engineered bias, and I can't come to my own conclusion. Exactly. I agree. Well, I mean, if you know Greg gave his blessings, I'm here for it. Exactly. You know, and whether he gave his blessings or not, honestly, as terrible as it sounds, he's not here anymore. And Nene said they talked about it all. And again, it's just one of those things where so this is them. And it looks like, you know, he's good friends with Peter and all of that. It's one of those things that it's private. You know, it goes right up there with Will and Jada and everybody else. Okay. And when you do stuff like this and you announce things, and unfortunately, especially when you have fame on some level, people are going to jump right into it, just like I am, all in it. But to a certain, just to a certain point, because I don't care. I really don't. Cute outfit though, I guess. So anyway, she's making headlines for that. Let's see what else is going on. Shannon says she's here for it. Shannon says, I'm here for it. Like, hey. All right. So somebody wanted to know the ridiculous news. Before we get to the ridiculous news, let me hit you with this. If you're liking my channel, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. Right now, do it. Right now, do it. So you read from the title. If you like what you see on my channel, you're just peeking in, come on in and hit the like button. But don't just hit the like button. Those of you that have been watching me for weeks and you're like, oh, I keep forgetting to subscribe. Now's your chance. I'll pause for like 2 seconds for you to go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and then ease over a little bit and hit the notification bell, that little bell. Now, I always say, don't just hit the bell, hit and go up to all. That way you're among the first to know when I go live. And the significance of that, especially in the month of December, is that I'm doing Livemas, okay? And so the month of December, I will be going live from the 1st to the 25th. Very similar to Vlogmas, okay? As you can see, I got my little decor. I'm gonna have to move over some because my mom was really, really pressed that she couldn't see everything. And I told her, I was like, listen, it just depends on where I'm sitting, if you can see it or not. And so she was not pleased at all. So anyway, yes, as Trash Can Wave says, right now, do it. She already had that boo thing. They like a couple about that life in 18. Oh, absolutely. That's the other part, Patrice. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Ain't nothing new. They're very comfortable. So let's get to the part of the news segment that is kind of fun. Okay. This is the part, if you're new here, this is the part where I kind of just cover ridiculous news. Sometimes it's ridiculous because it's like, wow. And then sometimes it's just absolute asinine. And so this is the part where I like, okay. So let me see if I can find it. No, I'm not talking about Jussy Smollett. All right, who is this? Y'all, so a CEO, let me share this. A CEO is under fire because he did a Zoom call and it was like of 900 employees. And he did one of these. Now, y'all know I'm dramatic. Y'all know I'm very dramatic. So I'm going to give it to you just like he probably said it. He said, is this thing on? So he's on the Zoom and he says, well, welcome to my Zoom. How are you guys doing? Thank you for being employees of better.com. However, if you're on this call, consider yourself fired. Y'all, Vishal Garg, the head of the digital marketing company better.com, fired 900 employees over Zoom. Who does that? Ah, Jesus. Oh my gosh. This is the CEO, first of all. Okay. He's the CEO. He jumped on a Zoom call last Wednesday to abruptly inform more than 900 of his employees that they were being terminated. Let's quote, if you're on this call, you're part of the unlucky group that is being laid off, Garg said, looking stiff, unemotional, and didn't give any you know what's. Your employment here is terminated effective immediately. Now, here these people are coming off of Thanksgiving break, happy to be down to the Zoom call, happy to know that the CEO down to the call, there he is, y'all. Happy to know that the CEO is joining their Zoom, and they thought this was my moment, the movement. Like they just thought that it was their day. And surely, if there's 900 people on a call, first of all, Zoom has a plan for 900 people. Shouts out to them. StreamYard. But that was so insensitive. Let's read the comments because I know y'all. Gail, it's like, bah humbug. Exactly, Gail. How rude, how rude. These people are coming off Thanksgiving on an emotional high. I know he didn't tell them why the real reason why they were going to be on this Zoom call. 900 employees. You're fired. Blind guy says, wait a minute, what? Exactly. That's what makes this the ridiculous segment. Okay. He said, let me do it again. If you're on this phone call, consider yourself fired. No, consider yourself terminated. Trash Can Wave said, Scrooge. Gail said, dang. Trash Can Wave said he would have hung up. Exactly. Boop, camera off. I wasn't on the call. I don't know what you're talking about. Not tubing then. No, Jussy. We're going to get to Jussy. Jussy, listen, we're going to get to Jussy. We're going to get to Jussy. That CEO was bogus AF. Exactly. You are the bomb with the graphics. LOL. Thank you so much. Thank you. Right now. So do it. So yeah. We got a Scrooge on our hand. Millennium Scrooge at Trash Can Ways. Sounds like a dare rich people will give each other rich people. Exactly. Like how many people can you fire in your company? They were sitting around on Thanksgiving and they were like, dude, one time there was like 25 of them. And I mean the screams and the crying and everything, it was horrible. And then this cat said, well, just wait. Wait till we get back on break. As a matter of fact, my people didn't even get a break. Child. So, yes, he fired 900 people. And of course, look, better.com says, meet Vishal Garg, our CEO. He saw an opportunity for disruption in the broken home ownership system, as well as people's lives, after his own experience with trying to get a mortgage. Yeah, right. You forgot where you came from. That was so insensitive. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So he says, according to Fortune, Garg posted a series of messages on an anonymous business network several days later, accusing hundreds of the staff of stealing from their colleagues and customers by only working 2 hours per day. So basically, he, it was talking trash anonymously on a different message boards or whatever. He says, you guys know that at least 250 of the people terminated were working an average of 2 hours a day while clocking in for 8 hours a day on the payroll. But that's not how you deal with it. You deal with each individual, but you also tell them like, hey, I know this is what you're doing. They were stealing from you and stealing from our customers who pay the bills. Now, I have a hard time also you discussing my employment terms publicly with the other employees. They were stealing from you and other customers who pay the bills and pay our bills. He said, get educated. He wanted to drop them with get educated. Like that was going to make them feel better. Business Insider reports that shortly after the layoffs, Garg hopped on a company live stream telling employees they could look forward to a leaner, meaner, hungrier workforce. Oh, he had time that day. If you felt in the past that people weren't looking well, everyone is looking now, Garg said in a meeting. It's not the first time Garg has landed in hot water for the way he treats his employees. In an email, y'all check this out. In an email obtained by Forbes in 2020, Garg called the workforce a bunch of dumb dolphins. I cannot. You are too damn slow. You're a bunch of dumb dolphins, and dumb dolphins get caught in nets and eaten by sharks. So stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now, he wrote. You are embarrassing me. Well, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you would have did, how you would have responded. Are you okay with getting fired with 900 other people for something that was not qualified in a one-on-one meeting, first of all, but then second of all, the fact that he is then going talking about it after. Child, he a mess. He a mess. If 900 of them were stealing, he specifically chose them. I respect it. You respect everything, Trash Can Ways. Hello, everyone. Hey, she stole my thunder. Whoever is the board members of this company need to fire his ass. Absolutely. Right? Triple for dare you do it 2 weeks before Christmas during a pandemic. Trash Can Way says, I double dog dare you to do it on a Zoom. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like an old rich man's dare, but also power hungry, just doesn't care. And I don't think that is protocol. Like I'm going to EO, I'm going to all the letters. I'm visiting all the letters. I'm telling you about that. That's me. That's what I would do. I'm going to all the letters, and I might even take the stance that Trash Can Waves is taking. I don't know what you're talking about. Who you talking about? So yeah, I'm hanging up. He didn't even involve HR, which is company policy when terminating employees. Exactly. So can you imagine working under this dude? First of all, that email is ridiculous. You're not calling me no dumb dolphin. So he would, dear Garg, first of all, I'm telling you, that's who I am. Do not play with me, okay? You're not going to be sitting up here insulting me to make yourself feel better. Not happening. Hey, I'm starting to like the editing videos. Oh, you're talking about editing videos and stuff. Nice. I hated it. I didn't hate it. I don't hate editing videos. It's just so time consuming, and I love the live talk, boom, done. And then if I want to go edit and snip it, I can do that. But yeah, I like this way better. HR was on a Zoom call. That's what it sounds like. Like, are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. So, speaking of fired up and Zoom calls, let me give y'all the other one. Let's see. So I told y'all that we are now going to be discussing basically Camels. Let me share this. Camels getting a BBL and being doggone disqualified because of their BBLs. Listen, that's right. More than 40 camels disqualified from Saudi contests over Botox enhancements. I crack myself up when I'm finding this stuff. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Only here. Only here. So again, the Camels are getting in on the Botox, the BBL trend. This is 40 Camels are disqualified from a Saudi contest over Botox enhancements. Organized of a beauty contest for camels in Saudi Arabia. I'm going to leave that there, right there. Remember, this is the ridiculous news segment. You can thank me later. Y'all already know. Just thank me later. This is what I enjoy to do. I enjoy doing. Anyway, organizers of a beauty contest for camels. What are we judging them on? How big their humps are? How full their lips are? Please leave a comment down below if you've heard of beauty contests for camels. Basically, in Saudi Arabia, they said 43 animals have been disqualified for receiving Botox treatments, facelifts, and other cosmetic procedures. That's it, y'all. I'm going home. That's it. I'm done. Y'all, where's my outro? I'm just kidding. Y'all know I'm dramatic. Anyway, facelifts and other Botox facelifts and other cosmetic procedures. Officials with the month-long King Abdulaziz Camel Festival in the desert northeast of Riyadh said examinations of the camels entered into the beauty contest revealed 43 of the animals had received Botox injections, facelift procedures, hormone injections, and other banned enhancement. The contest, which carries a price, y'all, and we trying to fund America, and they down to Saudi Arabia with the $66 million prize. You heard it right. The contest, which carries a prize of $66 million for the winner's animal's breeder, features judges rating the camels based on their shapes of their heads, necks, and humps, as well as their dress and postures. Officials said advanced technology was used to screen the camels for artificial enhancement, and 43 of the camels were disqualified due to their findings. They said it was the highest number of disqualifications in the history of the contest. Camels, I cannot. Neither could I. Neither can I. Like a camel or Jay-Z camel. Camel. Big time drum. You guys are talking. Okay, so you guys are just talking to each other up there. Wait, what? Okay, so we're all caught up. Patrice says they make me sick spending unnecessary funds on BS. Shaking my head. Well, you know what? They were shaking their tail. You shaking your head, and the camels were shaking their tail. Okay. A big time gallant night. So they're talking. Okay, so everybody's laughing. All right. So yeah. Ridiculous. She stole my thunder. You're a bad influence on Gail. We're not supposed to like editing. Editing is fun. It's chill. I will put on some music and edit. So anyway, I didn't even know there was a beauty contest for camels, let alone a beauty contest for camels, judging them on various features, let alone one that carries a $66 million purse. Child, I can't. Okay, so that's that. What was the last one? One more story, and then maybe we'll talk about Jussy a little bit, because the jury is now in deliberations with Mr. Jussy. This man, I don't know. Well, we do know. So what was the last one? Oh, So some of you will be happy to know that the plumber that discovered the, let me see if I have that. There we go. There we go. So this is Joel Osteen. Unless you've been living under a rock, you have to know about this story where over $600,000 of checks, cash, and money orders were found by a plumber at Joel Osteen's church. Well, Joel Osteen was receiving a lot of backlash because they're like, okay, first of all, why you have all that money? Second of all, why do you have all that money stashed away and you were able to just go on and not even feel the brunt of it? But then up until recently, the plumber that discovered it, he said, I haven't heard anything from Joel. He hasn't called, he hasn't said thank you or anything. So after the backlash, it is now being reported that the plumber has now received a $20,000 reward because he found the stolen $600,000 stashed in the walls of the Lakewood church. And this was after, quote, he got upset that he hadn't thanked him for the fine. Crime Stoppers now plans to relaunch their investigation to determine how the money got in the wall of the church and who stole it. I tell you. So yeah, the plumber is happy now. He went to the news and he said, listen, I haven't heard from this man and I don't understand why he can't even thank me. Okay. So that's that on Mr. Joel Osteen and the money in the wall. Because I told y'all, at this point, everybody going to be knocking on walls. That church, listen, everybody going to be sitting up there in the walls trying to find some money throughout their church at this point. And they probably going to find some. The preacher, a bank robber. You know that preacher on the run. They have all that rich oil money to spend. So that's nothing for them to do that. Exactly. It's just a drop in the bucket. Nothing. Okay, I'm off to class, you all. These folks doing too much, so they're giving BBLs to Camels. Exactly. Enjoy class. Have fun. I'll see you later. So yeah, it's a drop in the bucket. One of the members' employees did it. Absolutely. That wasn't a heist, because if it was a heist, the money wouldn't be there. I'm not heisting and holding up the church 14 years ago or whatever, and then leave the money in the wall. Now, I'm telling you, the way my mind goes, if it comes out that that plumber was a member, I'm going to be suspicious. Now I'm going to be suspicious, for real. I'm so glad these fake preachers are being exposed. Wasn't this money a part of a heist or something? Yes, allegedly. The plumber allegedly probably stashed a few thousand. LOL. Exactly. If them bills aren't marked, they're not marked. Not going into the church, into the bucket. That was sister so-and-so money, brother so-and-so money, the Jeffersons money, the Smiths and Heimer Smiths money. And our money isn't marked for no darn reason. No. He wishes this story goes away because it's random, it's weird, and suspicious. So that's that. Speaking of random, weird, and suspicious, let me see if I can pull it up. Oh, I already have it up. Jussy Smollett, I'm telling you, this case has finally went to the jury. But up until this point, it was problematic. It was weird. Hey, Tanya, how you doing, girl? It was problematic. It was weird. It was TMI in a lot of places. I talked about it. You're going to have to catch the previous lives to catch which parts were actually TMI. But my camera's crooked. Anyway, I'll do that later. Anyway, so TMI, he, out of desperation, I believe, he is outing everyone. So since our last show, it came out that he received a text message from Don Lemon. So he's like, oh, let me find the bus for Don Lemon. And he said that Don Lemon texted him and said, hey, Chicago PD don't believe you. I'm just trying to let you know. Well, hell, everybody knew Chicago PD didn't believe Smollett. Like, that's nothing new. So that came out. He talked about his sexual exploits with one of the brothers, which I felt hurt his case. Like, at least when it happened, you act like you didn't know them or whatever. Come to find out, you were involved with them. So which one is it, sir? So annoying. And so in the closing arguments, the prosecutors were like, oh, that's not, no. Before I get to closing argument, then Jussy had the nerve to be upset because the prosecutor was reading Jussy's text messages, which included the N-word. And he stopped him mid-sentence. And he said, hold up. Can you stop using the N-word? And the dude he said, you seem to enjoy it. And he says, hey, I don't enjoy it. But what I'm saying is, I'm just reading your text messages. You're the one. Now here, I've already had this conversation before on this channel about using it and then getting mad when other folks use it and you putting it in your music and text messages and everything else. So anyway, it got to the point where the prosecutor was like, okay, then you read your text. Then he read the text. So that was yesterday's foolishness and mayhem. We're not even going to rehash the foolishness and mayhem about the defense trying to have a mistrial because the judge lunged at her. So now he's making headlines because today he took the stands. And according to what I'm seeing, he hurt himself. If he was my client, his behind would barely be in court if we can avoid it. If we can make that happen. But definitely he did not need to testify because it was a detriment. Someone said it was an unparalleled disaster. They said the jury is going to see through his foolishness. The prosecutors stated it an overwhelming amount of evidence against Jussy Smollett. So now the deliberations have begun. Here we are. The deliberations have begun. I would be super surprised if he's not found guilty. Very. Point blank, period. And I see what you guys are saying. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how you would feel if you were in this situation. On the jury, rather. Patrice says, liar, liar, pants on fire, Jussy Smollett. Pants all the way on fire. And Pinocchio, had a mouthful of African. Okay. Ruby says, boom, guilty. Where my thing? Guilty. You knew them guys. You said you didn't. Talking about you was out looking for eggs. Eggs? Boy, ooh. XDMC in the house. So good to see you. He only stopped by when I'm sipping on Fridays. He only hang with me. I missed you, bro. Good to see you. Justice for Jussy. Justice for Jussy. No, Jussy is going. Listen. Contrary to what Trash Can Waves would believe about the African American community as a whole, a lot of people didn't go to his defense. Some people did. I knew immediately it was BS. I knew immediately. But generally speaking, we want him to be found guilty, most people. As far as I'm concerned, Blessed Reborn says, the plumber is stupid because it was $600,000 worth of free money. Nobody was supposed to know about. So, hey, I'm just saying, you know what? That is a lot of people's take on that. I'm not even going to say, as Pollyanna as I am and as honest as I am, listen, I'm not even going to sit up here and lie to you and say that I know in that moment I would have been like, excuse me, I was doing this and this is what I found. Can't even say it. Can't even say it. Now, one thing I do know that I wouldn't do if it was checks or stuff like that. Like I'm not to the point where if it was checks and money orders, I would have tried to cash it. I know some of y'all are gangster, and I know some of y'all know Pookie and them and know how to get all that cashed. I'm not there. That I know I would not have done. But cash? Oh, listen, I'm not beyond that. In that type of situation is what I'm saying. But I know that, I'm not going down to the neighbor. I was watching well, I ain't gonna say, but I was watching another YouTuber, and he was like, listen, everybody knows a crackhead. You find a crackhead, and I try not to use that term, but a drug addict, crackhead, whatever. We all know what we're talking about. But anyway, you find them, they're gonna find a way to cash the check, the money order, and everything else. And he's right. He's absolutely right. But the thing about it is, I know me, I wouldn't be able to do that because I've never been that type of person. I give you $1 for that. That ain't me. But cash, yeah. I see the plumber getting the money. Yep, he got his money. Won't even put a doorknob on the church. Oh, yeah. Same damn preachers getting on us about our tithes, talking about the church need to shut down. Yep. All right, here we go. Pastor would have sent them goons. Verdict, guilty. Go straight to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, period. And don't even try to roll a double to get out. As a matter of fact, give me your dice. Give me your chip. Give me your play token because you're done. Y'all, let me try to get, let's see. Guilty. Justice for Jussy. Good to see you, XDMC. Thank you for stopping by. I do miss you when you don't come by here, okay? I miss a lot of y'all. He better huff and puff like Rittenhouse. Listen, I don't care how much he huff and puff and oh Lord, I almost said something. It doesn't matter. I don't care what color the person is. That this was a stupid thing to do. 3 to 5 in celebrity prison or 6 months in Supermax. Let him pick. 3 to 5 in celebrity prison or 6 months in Supermax. I think both. This celebrity prison thing is weird anyway. Trash can ways. What the hell? They laughing. I'm with you, Melissa. Yep. Presses would have sent. Okay, we got over that. What if cameras were in that room where he was working? I thought about that too. What if it was a setup? What if he actually was part of the original heist? What if they got a tip and someone tipped them off and said, hey, I was a part of the heist and the money's in the wall? There's a lot of what ifs. That is really the reason why I'm kind of straight-laced, because I just don't take chances like that. But just laughing about it in jest, it would be hard. I ain't gonna lie. I definitely would think twice about it. Is this your Tariq Nasheed roast moment? Blessings, y'all. Hey, Shatika, good to see you. Thanks for stopping by, my friend. Jussy brings a whole new meaning. He's going down. He's going down in so many ways. In so many ways. All right, that's my mom's calling. She like, okay, he's not going to last in max prison. That's what I was saying, Tanya. I think, but he won't be able to last in celebrity prison either. Child, it's a mess. This a whole fool. This a mess. So they're deliberating. Let me see if they reached the verdict or if they were dismissed. Let's see. No. So they're still, yeah. Nope. So yeah, they're still deliberating. No verdict as of the time of this live ending. The booty warrior going, oh my God. He may get a hefty fine and 5 years probation. Okay. I can see that. He's not going to last in max prison. Yeah. But we live in such a volatile time, and he played on the time, okay? Talking about MAGA people attacked him and all this other stuff. So he prayed and played on the atmosphere of what was going on during that time. He knew some people was going to jump on that, and some people did, but there was a lot of people that was like BS. And then we were called all kind of stuff because we were like, no. Big Time Drum, he better get Method Man to defend him. Somebody need to. Why did he mess up his career? I don't know. I don't know, because I feel like he wasn't in the height of his career. Like Empire wasn't at its height in that moment as far as him and him being concerned, because I think that's part of what came out. This was attention seeking. Point blank period. It was attention seeking, which is weird. That's the side of Hollywood that's so weird to me. How adults can create these scenarios. Hey, paparazzi, just to let you know, I'm coming out of Macy's on da 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 da. Come see me. Oh, wow, you came to see me? How did you know? Like, so weird. So weird. So, anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button on this video. I covered a whole host of things. So make sure if you came in midway that you go back and check it out. Thank you guys for stopping by. Shout out to you, Gail. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by and grace my live. And to everyone else, like, thank you for rocking with me. Absolutely. And thank you. I hope you guys are enjoying Livemas. You know, like I said, you know, a lot of times you guys say, oh my gosh, it looks easy. It's not, but it's easy because I love to do it. But in the general sense of things, it's a blessing. It's definitely a blessing to be able to have you guys and have a captive audience. Absolutely. So shout out to you guys for rocking with me, and just rocking with me with these news stories and trending topics and everything. Yes, Patrice, his contract was being expired and he didn't, and he needed media attention, but it backfired on him big time. Exactly. That's what, okay. So you just confirmed what I thought. His contract was ending for sure. People get very desperate in Hollywood. Some people. I don't think it's like a requirement to be in Hollywood, but yeah. Let's do before we leave, because that was fun the other day. My husband said I really like the Christmas trivia. So let's do about 5 questions, and in honor of Vlogmas, Livemas rather. And yeah. All right, here we go. So let me remove that. And then this is our Christmas version of all right, y'all. So this is a segment where we are going to ask random questions. Sometimes I have debate questions or whatever, but it is the holiday season. And so it was really fun the other day when we did trivia. Hey, Lakeisha, good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, let's get some questions going, especially to challenge trash can waves. So here we go. Oh, this is a good one. In Christmas with the Cranks, what precious item does Nora end up fighting over in the grocery store? So if you remember Christmas with the Crank, she needed something and there was no more, but then they found one of it and she was fighting in the grocery store. What was it? You probably don't know the brand, but what was it in general that she was fighting over? Christmas with the Cranks. Oh, wait. Eggnog, Patrice says no. I'll wait about 5 more seconds. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait. Cookies, no. Remember, it was ham. Christmas with the Cranks. Nora needed that ham. And she ended up finding one, and then they were fighting over it in the grocery store. Ooh. Okay, this is for a lot of you. Okay, trash can waves. And It's a Wonderful, this is hard. I'm not doing that. I'll do it. In It's a Wonderful Life, what is the name of the angel who saves George Bailey? That's hard. I'll give it to you if you get the first or the name, the last name. So again, in It's a Wonderful Life, what is the name of the angel who saves George Bailey? George Bailey. Somebody said I was going to say fruitcake next. Nope. What was the name of the angel in It's a Wonderful Life? That's another holiday fave for some people. So Clarence Oddbody. Clarence Oddbody. Okay. I talked about that. How many sizes does the Grinch's heart grow in How the Grinch Stole Christmas? How many sizes does the Grinch's heart grow in How the Grinch Stole Christmas? How many times did his heart grow? He was a Grinch. Yes, Trash Can Ways. Yay. You know, that is my kids. They love that movie. And it's just so dumb to me. Bless says Craig, Clarence, and XDMC says 3. Exactly. Let's do maybe 2 more. This was fun. Oh, now this is our movie. In A Christmas Story, what does Ralphie desperately want for Christmas? In A Christmas Story, what toy does Ralphie desperately want for Christmas? What's the toy Ralphie wants in A Christmas Story? Tanya's rolling her eye. Ralphie, you shoot your eye out. Yes, he wanted a BB gun. Absolutely. Thank you, Friendsgiving. Shout out to you, Tanya. Nope, he did not want a train because the biggest thing is his mom kept saying, you'll shoot your eye out. Now, here's the thing. Bonus points for those of you that could actually name the type of gun. And all I remember is he said it so fast whenever he wanted. He was like, the Red Ryder BB gun. That's what he wanted. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Elf, one of you guys alluded to this yesterday. And so here's your moment. In Elf, last question. In Elf, what delicious concoction does Buddy make for his stepmom, Emily? One of you alluded to this yesterday. Again, in Elf, what delicious concoction does Buddy make for his stepmom? What all did he add into that bowl and slurp it up? Gross. It was not pancakes. Friendsgiving, you are close. There was other stuff. So yes, there was spaghetti. And syrup, but you guys are missing other things. You're missing other things. Where is it? It's so gross. It's so gross. All right, so here it is. All right, for the last one. Let's see if anybody gets it. No, there weren't cereal in there. Well, I really suck at this game. It's okay. Gumdrop. So yes, it was syrup, spaghetti. And then here's a picture of everything else. It's okay. Maybe you'll win New Year's Eve trivia. So we had Pop-Tarts, marshmallows, spaghetti, maple syrup, chocolate syrup, M&Ms. So gross. That's the Elf food. So again, the spaghetti, Pop-Tarts, marshmallows, maple syrup, chocolate syrup, and looked like some caramel over there, M&Ms. And he mixed it in and he was just like, oh, it's all the food groups and everything else. So my friends, yep, marshmallows, exactly. Thank you guys for playing along. All right. So if you're just tuning in and you're like, what the heck are they doing? Well, we're just in and out, rounding out the show towards the end. Salute to chat for participating and giving you guys virtual awards for winning the trivia. Study up, Patrice, for tomorrow. Study up. Well, anyway, speaking of tomorrow, I think I'm going to go on I know I am. I'm going to go on a little bit earlier because I will be attending a play. So the normal time that I normally go live, I will not be live. So don't get confused. I have not changed my time, but you guys know family time, I'm going to adjust my time with that. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever that looks like for you. Those of you that are content creators, be easy, have fun, and enjoy the process. That's all we can do, right? No need stressing out about any of this stuff. I promise you. Have fun, and then most of all, for all of us, let's treat each other with kindness. Treat people with kindness, as I always say. Tanya says, great show. Even though I was late, it's okay. Catch the replay. So, Melissa, what was Arnold and Jingle Bells trying to get for his kid? Like a robot toy, like a transformer, right? Like a transformer. I don't know the name of it, but it was like a transformer robot toy, right? Let's see. Tell me I'm right. Yeah. It was something like that. I don't know the name of it though. Mega Man. I was going to say, yeah, it was some sort of Mega Man something or another like that. Well, anyway, wait. Oh, also, those of you that caught my live on Sunday, remember my nephew Charles was on and we sipped hot cocoa and we talked about life and Christmas and all of that as a part of my Livemas 25 days of live. And don't forget, y'all, today is his birthday. So shout out to you, Charles. Sending you lots of love, light, and happy birthday wishes. So yeah. So I'm cutting so that's why one of the reasons why I'm cutting the show live. We're gonna go out to eat and celebrate him and all that wonderful stuff. So with that being said, my friends, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And then the next day, do not forget the next day is what? Sipping and Just Saying, virtual happy hour. They was hating on my happy hour last Friday. So I'm not using nobody's videos or anything like that. But y'all know how we do. We get down on Fridays, having fun, sipping and just saying, okay? So with that being said, my friends, I appreciate y'all so much. Words cannot express how much I appreciate you guys. So with all love, respect, and peace.